What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Slice of John's Life. I'm John Huynh, and today we're going to be talking more about Disney Tsum Tsums. As you can see, I got my 100th year anniversary swag on today, as I am missing Disneyland very, very much now. I was hoping to go back in May to visit the Disneyland Resort Park, but we'll have to see about that. Finances have been really tough recently, and that also has been affecting my Tsum Tsum collections as well as anything Disney related. I have pretty much put a halt on collecting anything as of right now, but I still have a bunch of Tsum Tsums that I haven't talked about yet. So today we're going to be catching up with my Tsum Tsum collection. So today we're going to be going over a couple of things that I received in the mail recently, and I haven't had a chance to talk about them yet. So we're going to be talking about first about this first very special package from my friend Kim, who's a Mercari seller. So I met her on Mercari and I bought a couple of Tsum Tsums from her. I believe it was the Mulan complete series, and we have stayed in touch ever since. And then I have her personal information, so we've been texting back and forth, and she has given me this awesome opportunity to adopt a couple of her Tsum Tsums because she's been trying to offload them, and she hasn't had the time to really sell them, or they haven't been selling too well, and she said they would be perfect to come to a good home with me. So she was able to give these to me for free. All I had to do was pay for shipping. So thank you so much, Kim. Huge shout out to Kim on Mercari. I will go ahead and drop her Mercari link in the description, so that way you guys can go ahead and check out her Mercari store. She still has a couple of Tsum Tsum series in her shop, so then they're going for very cheap too. So make sure you guys check it out. If you guys are interested in collecting any Tsum Tsums, Kim would be the first person I would recommend checking out because they are very cheap, guys. So let's go ahead and see what she sent to me. And I love her packaging, by the way. Really love her Pikachu stickers. And it says right here, you've got Pika Mail. How cute is that? I know she's a huge Pokemon fan, so. And then here is the package. I have, I believe, 7 in here. So. Let's put this out of the way. Okay. So I believe in here there is 2 different themes. Okay. Or actually, I guess technically 3 different themes, but let's go ahead and start off with Tangled. So I recently just rewatched Tangled, and I haven't rewatched it since I watched it the first time when it first came out, and I forgot how cute Pascal and Maximus was in the movie. I really love Pascal's performance in the animation. He's such a cute little chameleon. I knew I had to get Pascal out of all the characters in Tangled for sure. I kind of like all of the characters except for maybe I forgot what her name was. I think Mother Gothel. Obviously because she's the villain, I don't really care too much about her, but I definitely want to get Flynn Rider, and I also want to get Rapunzel as well. But we'll see when I get a chance to get those. But for now, let's go ahead and check out Pascal. Check out his little green eyes, or his little brown eyes, and look how cute he is. And looks like he's got like a little bit of a grumpiness to his facial expression. That's his belly. So, and he still has his paper tags, which is highly appreciated. And then let's go ahead and go over to Maximus. Check him out, and how majestic is he? His tail, and then his belly. So unfortunately there's nothing on his neck. So if you watch Tangled, you know that he has a kind of like a pendant around his neck that has his name on it, almost like his name tag. So I have seen Tsum Tsums in the past where they have like a engraving, or there is stitching that has some kind of design on it. Unfortunately for Maximus, he doesn't. I really wish that Disney would have put his name tag there. Not a huge deal, but it would have been really good to add that detail in there, which I would have thought would be really, really cool, but that's fine. So that's gonna be my 2 Tangled Tsum Tsums adding to my collection. And then next we have Monsters University. So we'll go with that first. So I have Squishy and Squishy's mom. So if you guys have watched Monsters University, then you would know that Squishy was a part of Uzma Kappa. Right there. And then has it on his spirit jersey. Okay for Uzma Kappa. His butt. And then his belly. And then also has his paper tags. And then in the movie, we also know that Squishy's mom plays a really huge role. And then there she is, right there. Her back. And then her belly. Okay, there's that. So that's the Monsters University lineup. And then following that, we have the Monsters Inc. lineup, and we will start off with, or actually I'll show you all three of them. So we have Boo in her Monsters disguise, and then Roz, and then Randall. So we'll first start off with Boo in her monster disguise. Check that out, how cute that is. And I love her little mop googly eyes. I love that little 3D feature. Okay, back, and then her belly. And originally, when it came to Monsters University, Boo was the single character that I wanted the most, just because her outfit is so darn adorable that I wanted to collect the Boo specifically in her disguise. And then I also want Mike Wazowski and Sully as well, because you know they're the main characters, gotta have them. I think I have a Mike Wazowski already. I don't have a Sully yet, so he's definitely a character that I want to add sometime in the future. So we'll see when I'm gonna be able to add him. And then she has her paper tag. And then I have a Roz here. There. And then I like how her facial expression is kind of happy. I don't know if you can tell, but she looks pretty happy. If you watch the movie, she's not really happy. She's always grumpy. Always saying, "I'm watching you, Mike Wazowski." So it's really interesting to see that she has more of a neutral or happy expression on her face. And then we have Randall here with his sinister or devious looking facial expression. And then I like his little tail, and then his belly. And then Roz and Randall does not have their paper tags, but not a huge deal. I told Kim, paper tags is important for me in terms of reselling for the future. If I decide to sell my Tsum Tsums, it's a lot more desirable for people to rebuy or purchase items with the paper tags, so you can say it's technically brand new. But in terms of, for me right now, for my collection, it's okay if it doesn't have paper tags. And of course, she let me adopt them for free, so I'm not gonna complain. You know, I'm not such a stickler about it. But yeah, so that's gonna be the 7 new additions that I'm gonna be adding to my Tsum Tsum collection, thanks to Kim. And she did offer me a couple of other ones that if I wanted or if I was interested in, she would happily send them my way. And I told her, no, don't worry about it. I also want her to spend the time to take the pictures for them and list them on Mercari so that she can sell it and make money. But I did send her a list of things that I was looking for. So if she can find some of those things, then I definitely want to repay her kindness and actually pay for it next time. So, you know, if Kim, if you're watching this, if you happen to find anything else on my list, put them aside for me. And then once I recuperate my finances, we can definitely talk and, you know, talk about purchasing them later on. But let's go ahead and move on. So that's 1 out of 3 Tsum Tsum sellers that I bought from. The next one I'll be talking about is a Japanese exclusive. So this one is going to be the 100 Acre and Friends Japanese exclusive, and these are going to be everyone's going to be in bee costumes, so check that out. Let the camera pick all that up. So yeah, how cute is that, guys? So let's go ahead and talk about it. So first we have Tigger. That's the side. As you can see, he's got like the bee stripes on there, yellow and the brown. He's got the wings, he's got the antenna. And in the back, he has his good old tail. Inside the same. And then the belly. Okay. And then as you guys can see, this is from Japan because you can see the tags have yen on it. So this is 500 yen. So back in the day, they're going for 500 yen. I think I recently searched the site. I think standard now is probably 6 to 750 yen. So prices have definitely gone up, you know, but that's just the way the world works. Next, we have Piglet. Okay. Same thing with the yellow and brown stripes with the wing and the antenna. And then we have the back, sides the same, and then the belly. Got a nice little dark purple belly there for you guys. And then everybody's favorite, Winnie the Pooh. Check him out, how cute is that? The side, top with the wings and the antenna, the back, the other side, and then his belly. It's nice, shiny yellow belly. And we have Eeyore. Check him out. There's the side, the top, his back with his cute little tail and little bow. Check that out. I love the tail. Like, I like how flexible it is. It's so fun to play with. And then the belly. So off the bat, I'll definitely say this is something that I noticed just now, and maybe I have noticed before, but it wasn't as, you know, noticeable as until now. But with the Japanese Tsum Tsums compared to, let's say, the US made ones, you can definitely feel a huge difference in quality or build quality that these have with, let's say, for the Randall. If you squeeze it, you'll definitely feel that it is nice and soft. It's like cotton stuffing inside, and this is nice. I'm not saying the quality build of this isn't nice. It's nice, but it's nice and soft. Like, it feels like if you sat on him for long enough, he'll deform. But with a Japanese one, these are super tanky and beefy. Like, it is stuffed inside. Whatever cotton it is, there's not a lot of room in here. Like, it's not like a marshmallow where Randall feels like a marshmallow. If I squeeze him, it'll go in. My fingers will penetrate, go in, and they'll go back to normal. With this, it feels like I'm trying to squeeze like a hard chew candy. Imagine I was like squeezing a piece of gum. It is hard. So the build quality of the Japanese ones are definitely nicer. It is definitely heavier in weight, and I feel like there's less bean bags in the belly and more of the cotton filling on the main portion of the Tsum Tsum. So Japanese quality is definitely better. You definitely get a higher quality Tsum Tsum in terms of the build quality. Very nice. And I mean, other than that, in terms of like design wise, they're pretty much identical. I think I had a Japanese Mickey and a US Minnie or Mickey, and they look the same. The only difference is just a little bit of that build quality. So gotta say, it's really nice. So that's gonna be the new additions to the Japanese exclusives to my collection for the 100 Acres and Friends. I really wanted this because of Winnie the Pooh. I think Winnie the Pooh Tsum Tsums is absolutely adorable. I want to get a regular costume, like no costume version, just his original red t-shirt, you know, Tsum Tsum. I saw a couple on Mercari, but I haven't found one with a good deal yet, so I'm going to be trying my best to find him when I have the finances to buy more. And then last but not least, my friend Eric, or on Instagram, who's a foodie here in the Bay Area. If you know him, his name is California Calories on Instagram. He got me a birthday present not too long ago, and I had already opened this, so I know what's inside here, but it is obviously more Tsum Tsums. But he took the time to write me a nice card here. Okay, and then I want to share with you guys what he wrote in here because it is Tsum Tsum related. So it says here, happy birthday, bro. There's a little Zoom thing to remind you that you'll always be one of the bros, plus a few others. And then it says, Tsum Tsums assemble, signed by E Money. So Eric Money. And then here's his card. Nothing embarrassing, so I don't see why not. But I really love the little pun he did in here with the Tsum with the Tsum Tsum. That was really smart, very smooth. And then, of course, going back to our old days where it would be our food influencing bros, and it would be the 4 of us, or 5. And so he was just saying that he got me a couple of Avengers Tsum Tsums, as you can see here in the box. Check that out. The camera will pick it up. Do a nice little slow drive by here for you guys. So let's go ahead and take them out. Alright, so first we have Captain America. And then check out, he's got like little wings on his helmet. And then that's the side, the top, the back, and then the belly. Okay. And then next up we have Iron Man. The side, the top, the back, and then his belly. Oops. These little tags like to block the way, so hard to grab. And then we have Hulk, a Bruce Banner, but it's Hulk. Side, the top, the back, and then his green little belly. Up next, we got Black Panther. Check that out. Okay, and then we have Spiderman. Okay, we got 2 more. And then we have Thor, who also has these little wings on his head. He got his cape up there, his rear, and then his belly. And then last but not least, we have Black Widow. Okay, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you looked closely, you'll notice that this series of Tsum Tsums is unlike anything else I have in my collection. So this is the first set of Tsum Tsums I have of this variation of Tsum Tsums. So these are made in the US. So when these were released, you were able to buy them at the US online or any stores. I don't know if it was Target exclusive or what retail store exclusive it was, but if you lived here in the US at the time when these released, you could get them, and you could get them online too. But if you notice, the material on these are quite different, and as you can tell, they're a bit more streamlined, more of like a pill. They don't have that much 3D detail to it, so I would say that these are the newer lineup of US exclusives at the time, I guess, of Tsum Tsums, and they kind of went into these smaller shapes. If you can see here the difference between the two. So you'll notice that this particular set of Tsum Tsums, they're not as detailed as any other Tsum Tsums I've had. All the details, most of the details I'll say, are not 3D, so there's no texture. For example, the eyes on Black Widow, they're kind of printed on there, so there's no 3D texture to it. You cannot feel her nose, her eyebrow. The only 3D detail that she has would be the end of her hair locks. And for Captain America, it'll be the little wings on his helmet and his shield. And then Thor, the only thing he has would be his wings on his helmet, but no 3D cape. So the cape is lined on the fabric. It's not a separate piece of fabric, because if you notice on any other characters with capes, you'll see that they have 3D printing on there, or a separate piece of fabric that would simulate cape, like Li Shang from my Mulan series. All Li Shangs will have, it's a separate fabric for the cape. So I don't know what happened with the Tsum Tsum series in the US near the end of its era, but they definitely went more cheap with the Tsum Tsum. Now I'll say I do like these and I hate them at the same time. I hate them because they lack a lot of detail. They lack a lot of 3D textures that the older Tsum Tsums have, and they lack the 3D details that current Japanese Tsum Tsums still have, even in 2023. Nothing has changed with Japanese Tsum Tsums. They have stayed the same throughout since the beginning of it up until now. However, the one thing I will say that I like about these are they're definitely lighter. These no longer have any bean bags inside. It is completely just cotton inside. And as you can hear, there's no bean bags. It is just cotton. Another thing is they're a lot lighter, so that's nice. And I will say maybe they're a little bit smaller, or they're definitely shaped a lot more. Yeah, they're definitely a lot smaller, shorter. Comparing Roz to Thor, they're definitely a little bit shorter. In terms of height, they're almost identical. I'll say a little shorter all around. But yeah, you know, I definitely, you know, enjoy having them. It's not terrible, but definitely once you're used to the old versions, definitely not the same. I know that they have the Avengers series in the older rendition where they have more 3D detailing to them, so I might try to collect those at some point so I can do a side-by-side comparison, because I don't think I will be buying any of these particular styles of Tsum Tsums myself. If I get them as gifts, that's cool, but personally I wouldn't collect more of these. I like to stick to my 3D textures, because like, can you imagine if Boo's googly eyes were printed on top of her head, if all these little hair follicles up here were printed on her head? You know, it's just not the same, you know. And then another thing is they don't have any feet. Like, if you look at Spiderman, he has no feet. There would be 4 little feet thingies, but these guys don't have it, you know. Like, look at Pooh, he's got his little feet. Squishy's mom got little feet, you know. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of my video. I don't think there's anything else to say, but this is what I have to add to my Tsum Tsum collection. I will definitely be doing a complete overview of my current collection as a whole soon. I gotta organize all my Tsum Tsums. I definitely haven't had the place to store them and properly display a lot of them. I have some here on my nightstand still, but there's a lot behind the camera on this table that are still in their Ziploc bags, because I have absolutely no idea how to display them and absolutely no idea how to organize everything. So I need some time to figure that out, but I definitely want to show you guys all of my Tsum Tsum collections as a whole in one video coming soon, so stay tuned for that. If you guys stayed to the end of this video, I appreciate it so much. Always support your guys' support. If you guys enjoy this video, make sure you guys leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys later. John Huynh signing out. Peace.